Hi everyone, I'm JT Pilot, and today I'll be making another video. This time I'll be doing a one for skill mod airport day at my Southwest Love Field Fictional mod airport. This is the second update. This is for July/August of 2022. Yes, I'll be returning this airport date for today. So I know maybe you have been requesting me to bring this airport update back, and yes, I was going to do another update, but I just pushed it up a little bit more on my schedule. So yeah, this will be the first update of August, and there'll be a lot more airport dates in August, but this will be our first one. And yeah, so it's great to have do another airport day of this beautiful model airport. Yeah, this is my solely Southwest airport. The Southwest Airlines is the only airline at this 20-gate model airport. And yeah, so this update will have a couple of twists to it. The first twist is this will be a retro model airport date. What? Yes, this will be a retro model airport date. This will be based on how Southwest Love Field Fictional Airport would have looked in August of 2018. I wanted to make this a retro airport, just A, to make it different, and B, to include some aircraft that I really haven't used that much in my collection. And there's one pretty cool aircraft in this airport update, especially that I would never use otherwise. So, yes, we'll be including that aircraft in this airport update. So yeah, this is a long way airport update. I know maybe you haven't requested me to do this one. The reason why this was delayed so much, it really wasn't delayed that much. It's just because the June update was so late into June, and if we would have waited a month exactly, that would have been right the next day after the Jacksonville Fictional Airport. I didn't want this two airport dates to be close together, so we just moved this one. And we just moved this one August. So yeah, this should be coming out the first Friday of the first week in August of 2022. So yeah. So yeah, now let's starting off with the first two aircraft in this airport update. So to start with the first aircraft, here are the Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the Florida 1 livery. This aircraft has just arrived in from New Orleans and will be heading out to Austin, Texas. So when this airport day is taking place, Florida 1 has just received this hardtail. So yeah, new hardtail for Florida 1. And Southwest just painted on to this aircraft as the time this airport date is proceeding. So pretty cool there. And yeah, and get back to the retro airport day thing. I won't do this that often though. I just want to do it a couple times just for fun. So yeah, maybe in the future we'll do like a early 2010s update or even a 2000s update. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, tell me in the comments if you want to see that. Moving on to the next aircraft, here are the Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the King Blue Liveries with skimmer winglets. This aircraft just arrived in from Washington, D.C. and be heading out to Amarillo in Texas. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft, here are the Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the Louisiana 1 livery. And this is that airplane shot at Gemini Jets Airport. It's just okay. That's all I got to say about it. So this Southwest 747-700 has just arrived in from San Antonio and be heading out to Omaha, Nebraska. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here are the Southwest Boeing 747-MAX 8. So this is our first subscriber on this airport date. If you do want a subscriber, please fill out the link. Please fill out the link in the description below, which is a Google form. Please specify whether it's Southwest Love Field, Norfolk, or Jacksonville Fictional Airport date, so I can put your route in the correct airport date. And keep in mind the Norfolk routes must be realistic, just because that is my only realistic model airport on the YouTube channel. This realistic model airport series, I should say, because we have the random model airports, which those are realistic as well. So yeah, so anyways, this is Southwest 747-MAX 8, and yes, the Southwest MAX 8s were flying in 2018. This was right before the groundings, which occurred in March of 2019, so this is realistic. So yeah, so this Southwest 747-MAX 8 has just arrived in from Houston Hobby at Southwest Flight 58, or Citrus Aviation's route. And yes, he did partake on this flight a couple months ago. It's pretty cool I was able to include his route. He specifically requested in the comments, so there you go, Citrus Aviation. This aircraft will be heading up to Little Rock, so yeah. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here are the Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the Harlow livery with split skimmers. This is the second arm release number 7855 Alpha, sorry. And yeah, so this Southwest 747-700 has just arrived in from Nashville and be heading out to Newark. So yes, I will be including some routes that Southwest no longer flies to, or I should say airports, because they don't fly to Newark anymore. It'll be another one that's in this airport date. Yes, that's another reason why I chose to do a 2018 model airport date, just to include routes like that. Pretty unfortunate they pulled out Newark. We'll have to see if they come back there. They pulled out Newark just because of the MAX groundings and they wanted to expand to Hawaii. So there you go. That was the reason. So yeah. Alright, moving on to the next Southwest aircraft. Here is Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the Harlow livery with blended winglets. November 950 Whiskey November or the Waffle Collectibles exclusive. So yeah, this is another flat amazing Panama. So anyways, this Southwest 747-700 has just arrived. We'll say this aircraft has just arrived in from Orange County. He'll be heading out to. And yeah, he'll be heading out to, we'll send him out to, we'll do Ontario, California for him, so he's going to be doing some West Coast routes. Alright, so speaking of some retired liveries, I should say just retired liveries in general, and here are the Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the Maryland 1 livery with the King Blue tail and the blue nose. Yes, Maryland one is still flying around with the hardtail, but this configuration was a short-lived configuration around 2018 for Maryland one. I just had to include it. This is that beautiful NG model. And yes, this is the first time this aircraft has ever been featured on any of my social medias. I never featured it on Instagram or not even on YouTube once. So yeah, so here it is. So yeah, this is a flat-out amazing NG model. So anyways, in this flight, we'll be performing a realistic flight because Maryland has just partaken in these flights in real life. So yeah, so this Southwest 700 and the Maryland 1 livery has just arrived in from Amarillo, and you'll be heading out to Pittsburgh today. So pretty cool route. So yeah, that's another Amarillo route, but just because why not? So pretty cool route there. Southwest does fly to a lot of Texan destinations from its Dallas Love Field hub in real life. This is a fictional version of Dallas Love Field, but I still want to incorporate it because it's pretty cool how Southwest has several interstate Texas routes. So that's what I'm gonna call it. So there you go, interstate Texas routes. So pretty cool. All right, moving on to the next aircraft. Here the Southwest Boeing 747-MAX 8. This is that first release with Gemini Jets. I still don't really like this model that much because of the color. It's just why did Gemini Jets have to do the color like that? I don't know. So this Southwest 747-MAX 8 has just arrived in from Denver and be heading out to Little Rock. Moving on to the next Southwest aircraft, here the Southwest Boeing 747-800 in the Heart livery. This is the third release by NG models. I will be getting the fourth release very soon, so stay tuned for a review for that. And yeah, so this Southwest 747-800 has just arrived in from Atlanta and be heading out to Birmingham, so we'll keep it routes in the same region. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft, here the Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the Illinois 1 livery. This aircraft has just arrived in from Long Beach and be heading out to Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is a pretty good Gemini Jets model, and yeah. This is such a beautiful livery, and yeah, it sucks that Southwest retired it, so yes, we got another retired livery in this airport today. I'm glad that we were able to include Illinois one again. It's been a while, so yeah, this is such a beautiful livery, and yes, so Southwest retired it since September 2020, and it was stored in Victorville for a little bit. Now it's flying for Avail Airlines. This was registration number 707 Victor Lima, so if you see that registration, that is the former Illinois one. So Southwest will be repainting this livery onto a 747 soon, so came in to get a model that went once Angel Mouse released this, so pretty great there. So yeah. Once again, this aircraft is riding from Tulsa, and this aircraft is once again riding from Long Beach, and will be heading out to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Alrighty, moving on to the next aircraft. Here we Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the Heart livery. This is that Gemini Jets 2015 one. This is a super rare model. I'm glad to have this model, but yes, this is not as good as the new painted releases, but I got this model just right before I got the painted releases, so yeah, it's still worth it, and I want to get my money's worth out of this model because I spent around $93 on it, so yeah, I wish I wouldn't have purchased this phone for that much, but you know what? That's my brain a year ago. So, it was actually a year and a half ago already. It's pretty crazy to say. So, yeah. So this Southwest 700 in the Heart livery has just arrived in from Corpus Christi and we'll say this aircraft will be heading up to Phoenix Sky Harbor. So, pretty cool out there. Speaking of Phoenix Sky Harbor, here are the Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the beautiful Arizona 1 livery. This is that beautiful Panda exclusive model for Waffle Collectibles, and this has the blended wingless, so we have never used the blended wingless version of this ever in airport update before. So we did feature it once on Instagram and in the collection video, but we never featured an airport update. So yeah, pretty great how I was able to include this model. So yeah, so this Southwest 700 in the Arizona 1 livery has just arrived from Kansas City and be heading out to Mexico City. And yes, and Mexico City is another retired Southwest route. Southwest did end all their Mexico City routes in 2019. That used to be an AirTran route, so pretty cool. There, I just had to include that route. And yes, Love Field has all sorts of restrictions with international flights, so yes, that isn't really possible, but this is a fictional airport, so we're going to be including that route. So I did get a couple people that commented about that, so yeah, so don't worry about it. So yeah, so once again, this aircraft has arrived in from Kansas City and be heading out to Mexico City. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here we Southwest Boeing 747-800 Indian King Blue Livery Swiss Skimmers. This is a flat out amazing Angel Models April 2020 list. Hopefully Angel Models will re-release this model soon. That'd be great. As they did with their Heart 747-800. I would love to get another one of these. The King Blue Livery is so beautiful. I do want to acquire more of these in my collection. So yeah, and yeah, this area is a little cramped just because I added an extra gate. So this airport used to be a 19-gate airport. Now it is officially a 20-gate airport. I wanted to make this airport have an even amount of gates, and yeah, just make this airport a little bit more realistic. So I did add another gate, and yes, the extra gate is over here. It makes the aircraft a little bit more close together, but it makes the image of all these aircraft look so much more better. It looks so cool having all these Southwest aircraft lined up. I'm just so grateful to have all the Heart liveries as well. And yeah, so this Southwest 747-800 has just arrived in from Harlingen, Texas. That is a pretty cool route, and yes, that is on the Dash 800, so pretty cool there. And this aircraft will be heading up to LAX, so pretty cool there, or Los Angeles. So Speaking of Los Angeles, yes, kind of going into that Arizona theme again. Here are the Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the California 1 livery. So this aircraft, we'll say he has just arrived in. This aircraft is just arriving from Lubbock and be heading up to St. Louis. So, yes, I did see the new Panda Southwest 747 is free to releases from Waffle Collectibles, those new exclusive models. I may get them, I'll have to see. I'm trying to save money right now, and yes, it kind of be unnecessary expenses because the Southwest Love Field Airport is mainly based in the 2010s and 2020s. It wouldn't make much financial sense getting those 747 free just in the Desert Gold retro livery. If those were in a King Blue or Harley, I definitely would have bought them, but fortunately they're not, so yeah. So that's it for the Southwest 747 in the California 1 livery. Let's move on to some more aircraft. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. This aircraft is kind of backlit. Here are the Southwest Boeing 747 in the Harley blended winglets once again. So we got my second duplicate version of it. I do have two of these, so I'm pretty grateful to have those. I have two of these, so yeah, that's that Waffle exclusive once again. So this aircraft has just arrived in. We'll say he's just arrived in from Orlando. Maybe hanging out to Las Vegas. So this routes are on some 700s. This routes include 800s, MAX 8s, and 700s. So that's how Southwest Fleet Network works. Most of their routes are flown by any of the aircraft in their fleet, which includes the 700, 800, or MAX 8. Just to make costs a little bit cheaper. So yeah, pretty cool move by Southwest Airlines. Moving on to the next aircraft, the Southwest Boeing 747-800 with the blended winglets in the Canadian Blue livery. What a fun, amazing engine model. I just recently acquired this aircraft back in March of 2022. I'm just so grateful to finally have this model and to finally complete my NG model Southwest collection, because my main goal is to collect every single Southwest released by NG models. And I kind of baited my Gemini goal that so I can stop having all these duplicate state liveries. So yeah, so anyways, this Southwest 747-800 has just arrived in from Fort Lauderdale and be heading up to Albuquerque. So those are pretty cool routes. And yeah. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here, the Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the Desert Gold livery. And yes, this is it. Since this is 2018, we can feature the Desert Gold livery once again. I'm just so grateful to feature this model once again. And yes, this livery will be repainting onto a Boeing 747 MAX 8 very soon, even sooner than the Illinois 1 747-800. So yeah, so this aircraft has just arrived in. We'll say this aircraft has just arrived in from Oakland and be heading out to Charleston in South Carolina. So pretty cool routes there. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. The beautiful Southwest 747-700 in the Missouri 1 livery. Definitely one of my favorite engine models. Definitely my top 5 of all-time favorite models. Man, I'm so grateful they finally made this model. This is so beautiful. Yes, Missouri 1 Swiss Commanders did exist in August of 2018, so this is realistic. So I believe then that was the only Southwest special that has Skimmer winglets. So yeah. This Southwest 747 has arrived from Milwaukee and be heading up to Pensacola. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here is Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the Canadian Blue livery blended winglets. Hopefully Angels will release a Canadian Blue 747-700 with blended winglets soon. I would definitely buy it. And yes, that was the first aircraft I've ever flown on, so that'd be a great sentimental model. Yeah, I'd definitely buy at least a couple of them. So yes, this is the Gemini Jets legendary 2014 release. And yeah, and this is Gemini's last Canadian Blue 747-700 release, sadly. So yeah. So this Southwest 747-700, we'll say, is just arriving from Tampa, and you'll be heading out to Northwest Florida Beaches International Airport, or RC Miles and One's Airport. So yes, that is a pretty cool subscriber, and yes, he's probably in the chat right now, so I will say hello to him. He's a divine follower of JT Pod, so there you go, divine subscriber, I should say. Yeah, so he's in about every premiere, so I'd like to say hi to him, and yes, so pretty cool subscriber out there, so yeah. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. Here, the Southwest Boeing 747-800 in the Heart livery. I believe this is the first release. Yes, and this is the one I had forever in my collection. This is one of my first models I ever received in my collection. I got this model way back in January of 2020. Yeah, it's such a long time ago, but yeah, crazy to say that's a long time ago. Yes, this is my first model, and yes, first NG model. Yes, it's one of the models that started off my massive Southwest collection. This is my first ever Southwest model, so yeah, special place in my heart. So yeah, this Southwest 747-800, we'll say he has just arrived in. We'll say this aircraft has just arrived in from Indianapolis, and we'll send him up to San Diego today, so pretty cool routes there. Alright, moving on to the final aircraft in the section. Sorry about that quick little cut there. I just made that cut just because this aircraft had a little dust on it. I just want to clean it off a little bit, make it look pristine. So yeah, so this beautiful Southwest 747 Harley with Swiss Skimmer winglets, number 963 Whiskey November, has just arrived in. We'll say he has just arrived in from Austin and be heading out to New Orleans. So yeah. That's all the Southwest aircraft in the terminal. Let's move on to some taxiing aircraft. Alright, move on to the first taxiing aircraft. Here we have Southwest Boeing 747-700 with the Swiss Skimmer wings, number 963 Whiskey November. So this is my second November 963 Whiskey November model. And yeah, so this aircraft has just arrived in from Baltimore and be heading out to Wichita, Texas. So they're pretty cool routes there. Moving on to the next aircraft, here will be Southwest Boeing 747-MAX 8. This is the third release by Gemini Jets that, kind of inferior release by Gemini Jets. Hopefully Angels will release some Southwest 747-MAX soon with their new MAX mold that will be coming very soon. As from what I heard, there's no mold samples of it yet, but I do hear it is coming very soon. So, can't wait for that. And hopefully Angels will do a MAX 7 mold and we get some Southwest MAX 7s. That'd be great. So, this Southwest 747 MAX 8 has arrived in from Chicago Midway and be heading out to Midland in Texas. Alright, moving on to the next aircraft. In the final aircraft is an airport day. Here we Southwest Boeing 747-700 in the Tennessee 1 livery. It's also been such a long time since I featured small just because this is another retired Southwest livery. Same story with Tennessee 1. This aircraft was retired around 2020 just because this aircraft started paint chipping a little bit just because the livery. And this aircraft is now in the Heart livery. And yes, this aircraft will be returning onto a 747-800 just like Illinois 1. So that's pretty exciting news indeed. So this is also one of my first models, and this is another sentimental model to me. I'm just glad we were able to include this in airport update today. So officially, this aircraft is just arrived from Nashville and will be heading up to Columbus in Ohio. And alright folks, so this concludes this Southwest Local Fictional Airport update. And this was the second update. This was for July/August of 2022. And yes, this was the second airport update. And man, I'm just glad we were able to do the airport update just before I go back to school in the fall. So it is pretty exciting indeed. The next update of this airport will likely be some point in October or November is what's likely going to happen. And the next update will have several new Southwest models that include just highly anticipate Southwest Heart 747-800s by NG models. I ordered 4 of them, so they'll be in the next update. And that'll be pretty exciting news indeed. And that'll probably be one of the most key staples of the next airport update. And what else? Oh yeah, I did forget to mention, I did add this roadway up here too, so. Yeah, I added that roadway over there, so pretty cool. I forgot to mention that, but yes, I did add a roadway to this model airport just to make it a little bit more realistic. So we have a so we have some passenger. So we have a roadways where passengers would get out of the cars or buses and they'll go right into the terminal. So pretty cool. I just want to make it a little bit more realistic. So with the ATC tower, the roadway, the main terminal building, and the concourse itself, and we have gates. So this is a pretty realistic airport. So yeah, besides the map, hopefully one day we'll do hopefully I'll get a Southwest left field map. This is my Jacksonville Fictional Airport layout map, in case I forgot to mention it. So yeah, I just used that in this airport update just so we have just a map and we're not using this on a blank desk, like a blank wood desk, or where it look kind of boring and kind of unprofessional a little bit. So yeah, we just use that. What else was I going to say? So yes, so not much else about this airport. So yeah, if you want a subscriber, please fill out the form in the below. I would love to have some more subscribers since airport. This is another great airport to do subscribe up. Keep in mind this airport is based out of Dallas, Texas. So it's based off your subscriber routes there. And yes, they must all be on Southwest aircraft. And just because this airport is my Southwest, this is my sole Southwest airport. I guess I have 35 Southwest models, and I do have 4 more on the way. So I just want to make an airport solely dedicated to Southwest Airlines in my large collection. I have been planning this for a couple of years, but I'm just glad we're finally doing it as a series on my YouTube channel. So yeah, so this video will be coming out on Friday. So hopefully we'll see what the NG releases are. Hopefully they're good. The hints look really good, so I'm really excited for the NG releases. So content-wise, we'll be having some more videos coming out. So a couple days after this video, we'll be having the NG Models Mold Wishlist video. Yes, this is a video where I go over all my wishes for molds, and yes, I'll be ranking them too. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a very exciting video. I know many of you have enjoyed the videos where I just made wish list of models or even predicted models. I know lots of you have been enjoying that content, so we'll be having another one kind of videos on this Sunday. And yes, that's another video y'all vote for. Instagram that tied for first with the perfect model release on video, so we'll be having that video coming out very soon. And next week we'll be having the Norfolk International Airport update, and that'll be the 6th update for August of 2022. So that's the content that's in the near term. There's so much more content planned, and I'm really excited to reveal it all to you next coming week. So yeah, so once again, I am JT Pod, and I want to thank y'all so much for watching this video, and have a wonderful day and have a wonderful week.